Hello my dear learners, welcome to the channel. My name is Namita and today I am going to share with you 8 ways to simplify your English learning. Yes, in this video I am going to talk about ways which can help you make your spoken English journey simple. Right now, many of you feel that this whole English speaking is a very complex process, but I can assure you that after watching this video, you would not find it very difficult. In fact, you'll be able to make your whole learning experience simple and you'll start speaking in English fluently if you follow these tips, if you follow these ways without spending money on institutes or buying courses. So this will help you boost your self-learning experience in such a way that you don't find it difficult. So the first thing that you need to do to make your learning simple is that you have to break your whole learning into small chunks. Right now, what you are doing is that you have started to put efforts in all the directions. In one area, you are learning grammar. In other way, you are putting efforts to build up your vocabulary. You are listening to too many speakers, too many English trainers. At the same time, you want to learn phrasal verbs also. You're working on your sentence formation also. So there is too much on your plate. What you have to do is you have to break it into small chunks, one thing at a time. So for that, you have to divide and then prioritize. Divide your learning areas into different parts and then prioritize what is most important for you. For that, you have to plan. So plan it in such a way that when you are learning one thing, your focus is only on one thing. When you are right now learning grammar, so I would not even say learn one tense each day. I would say that learn one part. If you are putting efforts into learning present tense, then focus only on simple present and then the next day move to present continuous and then to present perfect. This is how you have to break it into smaller chunks, and then your learning would be everlasting and at the same time it would be more productive. So break it into small chunks, take one thing at a time, and this is going to help you in a better way. So once you have got your hand on grammar, then you move on to building vocabulary. And for vocabulary also, don't accumulate a lot of words. What's the point of learning so many words when you are not being able to use them while talking? So what you have to do is you have to learn at least 5 to 10 words, not more than that. And once you are able to use all of them easily without hesitation, then move on to the next batch. So breaking into chunks is a wonderful way of learning English. The second way you have to do is that you have to list those parts which you find most difficult. First of all, list those parts which are the things which are the hardest for you, and then solve them first. If you remember, I shared a book with you, Eat That Frog. It was also about doing the hardest thing first. If you are scared of grammar and you feel that you have to read grammar, though I personally don't recommend studying too much grammar for spoken English, but if at all you want to do that, then first of all start doing grammar. But if you're following my tips, I would say that first of all, build your pronunciation, work on your pronunciation, and for that you have to listen to a lot of people. Right now, if you're facing mother tongue influence, you feel that you are not being able to pronounce correctly, then focus on your pronunciation first, solve it. Once you have been able to roll your tongue in a certain way, you are being able to pronounce words correctly, then move on to sentence formation and then form sentences using reading. So this is what you have to do, that the things which you find the hardest, solve them first, put efforts on them first, and then the easier tasks would become more easy for you to do, because when we have already done the hardest one, the easy ones are easier. So that is what you have to first of all make a list of the things you find difficult and then work on them first. The third way is that you have to start taking help from an expert. Even when it's a self-learning, you need some sort of guidance. It's not possible that if you're venturing into a new area, you are learning something new, then you need someone who can at least put some dots for you. The walking part you'll be doing on your own, but that person would show you the right way. So either find a right person on YouTube It's a free platform. So many people are here, and follow what they are saying. Don't do this video hopping thing. You're listening something from one trainer and then you're moving on to another trainer's video, to the third one, to the fourth one, gathering so much of content from different trainers. If you find one person who's guiding you right, you're being able to resonate with their way of teaching, then just follow them at least for a month, and it takes a month to see good amount of difference in ourselves. So follow one person, get yourself a guide, get yourself an expert. When I'm saying an expert, go for an expert. Don't start learning from people who are at their own learning stage. So when you hire an expert, they can guide you in a better way, they'll be more professional, and your learning would be more effective. So start taking help from an expert. The fourth way is visualization. You have to visualize the picture of yourself when you have already started to speak English fluently. When you do this, you feel wonderful, you feel confident, and your self-esteem also gets a boost. So it is very important to visualize all your goals. Right now, if you are learning English, what is your goal? Why are you learning it? You know it better. Is it because you have done your graduation or your masters, now you want to get a job, or you want to move abroad to an English speaking country, or you want to get a promotion in your office? You know it better. So start visualizing yourself sitting in front of the interviewer and speaking fluently in English. Visualization helps a lot. When you visualize something happening, it's like creating a blueprint of your reality. You visualize that person speaking in English fluently and you start speaking at the same time. This has a direct effect. So start visualization. It's very, very important. The fifth thing that I would like to tell you is create a map for your English learning. Now, when I say create a map, it's about, you have to identify your approach. How are you going to get into it? What kind of efforts do you want to put? That is something when we are creating a map, this is what we do. But what I would stress on is keep track of your progress. When you are putting when you are listing down your approach and when you're listing down how you will go by it, at the same time keep a track on how well you have gone further. Your achievements need to be noted. If you were struggling with past perfect tense a month back, if now you can make those sentences very well, then it's an achievement. Note it down. I have been able to use good quality vocabulary. Note it down. I have been able to use tenses perfectly. There is no mistake that I'm making at the moment. Tick mark. Pronunciation is the area I need to work on. After a month, I'll be able to tick mark this one also. So keep tracking your progress while you're putting in efforts and while you're deciding your own approach for learning. Now, the sixth thing is you have to find the right tools based on your understanding. We here suggest you a lot of tools, a lot of ways. I stress on reading. Someone else might stress on learning through translation method. Someone would tell you to listen to more podcasts. People have different ways, but you have to select your tools based on your learning needs. What are the right tools? In fact, your techniques also need to be personalized, because as an adult, you know your learning needs. You know better which works the best for you, and start gathering your tools. If you believe that books are going to help you, get yourself some books. I have so many book recommendations there on my channel where I keep suggesting you books. Buy yourself some books. Download the apps which you feel are required, and you can watch some videos. You can save them to watch later. If you feel that this video was really fruitful, and you can save it to watch it later, repeatedly watch it. If something is useful and something is beneficial for you, there is no harm in watching it again. And these tools should be gathered in such a way that they are readily available all the time. It's not that when I need it, I will download the app. Download it right now. Get the book right now. Keep a register and pen all the time with you. I would not say note it down on your phone's notepad. Always make sure that you have a notebook and a pen in your hand whenever you need it. So this is a very important tool along with your books. Okay, now the seventh point is, when you are beginning your journey of learning English, start slowly. Don't hustle. in the beginning, in the initial stage, you don't need to hustle. Start slowly and then keep increasing your pace, keep increasing your momentum. This is how it goes, because once you have found the right way of your learning, you would be able to increase the speed considerably. It would not be very hard, but in the early stage, if you want to do things faster, it would only be an obstacle in your path. Then you would quit very soon. If you don't want to quit, start slowly, take small steps. Don't take bigger leaps, take small steps, and when you learn, go forward with a much increased speed. That's the right way of going by anything. With self-learning, this is how we do it. When we begin, we start with a slow pace, and then we keep increasing our speed. So increase your momentum as you keep learning. The 8th point, which is last but not the least, is that use affirmations, and I've talked about it so many times. When you are learning, you have to use a lot of affirmations to boost your confidence. If you are someone who don't believe in affirmations, then try it for yourself. Try it at least for a week, if not for a very long time, because affirmations are important. If you're learning, if you're putting in efforts, you're spending time on vocabulary, you're reading, you're listening, doing everything, but you're telling yourself, I cannot improve in English, I have a terrible sense of learning English, I come from a Hindi medium background, I don't have enough money to spend it on institutes and everything. If you keep saying this, your inner critique is always getting you lower your confidence, and what's the point? When you're putting in so many efforts, and say that I am getting better with my English by every passing day. I have started to speak English fluently. I have learned a lot of new words. My English is impressing everyone around me. My confidence is also getting higher. I am doing well in my self-learning techniques. I have now a good command over my spoken English. Use affirmations like these where you are getting confidence at the same time you are learning English. So affirmations are very important. Try these 8 things and apply them in your learning, and then see the difference in you. At least give yourself 1 month, follow these 8 ways. This would make your English learning experience very simple. You would not find it difficult. You will not find it complex anymore. So this was all for this video. If you found it helpful, then leave me a comment and let me know, is this technique going to be helpful for you? Do you think so? And are you going to try and apply this method in your learning? I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye for now.